Hi everyone. So ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to invite you to do an exploration with me about something that entirely and utterly boring. Or it can be delicious, but it's about something that you might like or you might dislike for your entire life. And that thing is a jelly bean. I believe that all of you are probably familiar with the taste. It's sweet, it has a lot of different flavor, and for some of us, it just tastes really plainly horrible. I want to invite you to eat this jelly bean with me today, and I promise you it's gonna taste different because we are all going to eat it by pinching up our nose. And I believe that you got this paper bag filled with jelly bean. You should find a jelly bean inside, and we should do it all together. Ready? Okay. So, if you do it actually, you can still taste the sweetness, but actually all the flavor, the other flavor are gone. And in fact, everything that we taste from what we eat comes from what we smell. And therefore, I find that this is just one of many reasons why sense of smell is really important for me. And therefore, I find it really surprising when there's a undergroup psychologist studies that says our sense of smell is the least important sense that we have as a human. How come? So for these past few months, I've been embarking a journey to analyze what makes food taste good, to distill what makes memory memorable, and to understand what makes life more meaningful. And it all point in one direction, our sense of smell. Our whole life is being defined with our sensory experience. And those sensory experiences actually are deeply embedded in how we create connection between people, between space, and then also how we create meaningful memories. When we are talking about meaningful memories, I'm pretty sure that we are all trying to preserve it. And this is the reason why we're inventing a camera. And we are still using it a lot today. But what I want to try to do is I want to try to capture a moment by using aromas. So this journey made me realize that every meaningful moment comes from our daily ritual. And therefore, everything that we interact with our sense actually compose our life. How am I so sure about that? So let's just imagine this together. Let's say you just come back from a nice holiday at the ocean. What would you remember? For me, I would remember the smell of the ocean, and maybe perhaps there was a spring rainstorm. Can you actually still remember the smell, the freshness of the air, the rain, the trees? And maybe you're not going there alone, you're going there with someone that is so meaningful for you. Do you remember how that person smelled? When I realized how deeply embedded smell in our life, I become obsessed just trying to distill everything, and I mean everything. So I start to ask my friend if I can collect their eggshells. Not the egg, and not the food that comes from the egg, only the shells itself. And I still remember that their reaction, "Are you serious?" And I was very serious. So at the end, I managed to collect 20 different aromas. And don't ask me where's the material come from, because I don't think you guys are ready to hear the answer. So I'm just really completely blown away by the power of aromas. However, earlier this year, my father passed away. So I needed to come back to Indonesia to say goodbye to him. When I was there, my mom asked me if I want to keep anything from my dad's cabinet. And no, the first thing that comes to my mind, not his wallet, but it was his perfume. Every time I smell it, it just transforms me back to my childhood memories of me waking up in the morning and just running to my parents' bedroom smelling the same smell. And it's crazy because there's probably 200 and 400 guys out there are wearing exactly the same thing. But every time I smell it, it just transforms me back to my parents' bedroom. And I watch my dad's getting ready for work, and I say goodbye to him. It is amazing how your sense of smell actually connects you to not only the meaningful moments, memories, place, but also connects you to someone that you love so much in your life. It evokes emotional experience that probably works differently for everyone. And when we're talking about emotional experience, actually, in fact, our sense of smell is the only sense that connects you right away to the emotional part of the brain that's called amygdala and hippocampus. So keep in mind as well that every single decision in your life and in your entire life are based on one thing and one thing only, and that is your emotion. You do everything based on what you feel. What do you want to eat? Where do you want to go? And therefore, aromas actually connect us to those emotions. So without emotion, aromas doesn't mean anything. At the end, I find out that it's really important for us to make emotion as a way to differentiate smell. How this feel, what would make you feel when you smell something. When we're talking about human sense though, on the other side of it, there's a technology part. And we are realizing that how our life has been really interconnected with it. We are more in tune with what iPhone 2020 are able to do than we are in tune with what we are able to do naturally. And that affects us so much. So we choose to numb our feeling, our emotions, and does that do good things for us? No. Sad, depression, panic attack, anxiety has become a huge epidemic. I believe that we are all in this room probably heard about it, know someone who experienced it, or probably also have experienced it by yourself. So, instead of being too critical about technology, I want to create a marriage between technology and our human sense, especially our sense of smell, in order for us to embrace our emotional well-being better. And when we're talking about emotional and well-being, the first thing that comes to my mind is heartbeat. Because it is the most truthful data that you can acquire from human body, and it never lies. It tells you if you're excited, if you're happy, if you're sad, if you're having a real anxiety, or you're feeling relaxed. So after doing a lot of research, a lot of studies, and a lot of prototyping, I found this magic number, a number where it defines where you actually gone through a really stressed moment. And that number is 120 beats per minute. This number became really important for me because an aromas needed to be released to calm you down. So, by combining our sense of smell, technology, and our heartbeat, I managed to create a project called Essentia. And Essentia is a gender-neutral wearable object that allows you to not only celebrate your sense of smell, but also to improve swan welfare. So how does this thing work? First of all, you choose the aromas based on the emotions that you want to feel, and then just put it inside your Essentia and wear it every day. You can wear it as a necklace, as a bracelet, vertically, horizontally, just the way you want to express yourself. So after that, the heartbeat sensor actually gonna detect how your days goes. If you're actually having a really good day or a really stressful day. And if it detects that you're really stressed, it will release a smell that you choose earlier to improve your well-being. So now, I want us to take a moment to close our eyes together. To inhale and exhale. I want us to try to smell this room. What we have been taking things for granted. And one of them is our sense of smell. Can you smell the person beside you? Or can you even smell yourself? And imagine if you start losing that sense, how could life be different? I want us to open our eyes again. I want to leave you with this. I hope to inspire you with one simple thing. That everything in life can be experienced differently if you're becoming more sensitive with smelling things around you. Because smell is not only a way to engage, smell is also a way to empower, and smell is also a way to remember. Because sometimes what is essential in life can be invisible to the eye. Thank you, guys.